Greetings, aliens. Welcome back to the mothership. I am the Mediterranean, your host today for the alien invasion.
We've been gone for a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful Monday here in Farmville. Little chilly, starting to feel the winter coming in. The dogwood out in my front yard has finally turned bright red and half the leaves are gone. So, yeah, we got to do all that fucking raking and blowing leaves and neighbors getting pissed off because, ooh, you got one in my yard. Fuck them, right? Anyway, I wanted to start doing Eternal Darkness today. I've been having a great time with Bloodstained, but it's time to move on. And I don't think we're necessarily going to finish Eternal Darkness, but I mean, how often do we finish games on this channel anyway? So I have come to terms with the fact that we just do what we do here and we have a good time. And my chair has finally officially fucking broken all the way. So, oh, and there goes another screw. There it is. So make sure I don't lean back, because if I do, things are gonna get real comical. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. So we're gonna start Eternal Darkness today. Guys, I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're warm where you are. We're going to be starting to build a fire here pretty soon. Groucho Marx redeeming the first today. Congratulations, Groucho, and thank you so much for rating us last week. Always love sharing the community with you and having a great time with everybody who comes in. HCT Sun, thank you so much for your follow the other day. Legendary 29, Legendary Kirby as well, and Tweety Honey 38, thank you so much for your follows. We are rebuilding this community and having a great time doing it, and every time one of y'all comes in and enjoys what you see, we are taking over Twitch little by little, slowly but surely. So thank you all for your support. God, dashing is slow right now. It is so slow right now. I'm getting like 2 to 3 orders a day. So where are you people? Why aren't you ordering DoorDash? I need money. And this stupid thing where you have to stay over 100 orders in the past rolling 30-day period, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid. It used to be 100 orders a month, but I guess what people were doing was, I'm trying to get this screw back in just far enough so my armrest isn't falling off the side of the chair. I have had this chair for, I want to say 7 years now. This chair is old. Yeah. So what people were doing, I think, is they were like busting ass to get 100 orders early in the month, and then they were just not dashing. They would slack off like the second half, and so there weren't as many dashers on, and order times were getting bad and whatnot. So they changed it now to a 30-day rolling period. And so basically you have to keep it up, because every single day 30 days ago drops off and you lose that many runs. So it's kind of stupid. Dashing isn't fun anymore. It used to be a good job. It's not a good job anymore. I don't recommend it for anyone. They don't treat contractors like, and it's not just DoorDash, it's Spark, it's Uber Eats, it's Grubhub, what have you. They don't treat their their contract drivers as well as they used to, because they don't have to, because there's so many of them now. If you don't like what you're doing, you can just quit, and they just put an extra $1.50 incentive for anyone who signs in for the next couple hours. No big deal. We had a big lunch today. I am so full. The local place, it's called McAdoo's. They specialize in sandwiches and stuff, and one of them is called the Brooklyn Bridge, and it is roast beef, ham, turkey, melted Swiss with lettuce, tomato, mayo, and a side of French onion dip that you can dip the sandwich in, and it's on this huge thick sub roll, like baguette kind of sub roll, like French bread sub roll. So it's, kind of crispy, and it's really good. But oh my god, it's filling, so filling. And they give you one sandwich split in half, and like we just get one of them and split it between the two of us, because holy shit, that is a filling damn sandwich. And we got some tachos, which are tater tots covered in all the nacho fixings, and that's really good. And the kid, the little one, he decided he was going to get in on that and just grabbed tachos by the fistful and was just like all over the place. It was cool though. But I got this with my pint. There it is. It is the Halloween 2024 McAdoo's pint glass. They do one for each holiday each year. Collect them all. Yeah, it's called Steal the Pint. You basically pay for the glass and you get a free pint with it. So that's always fun. Anyway, yeah, we're getting along with Spooktober now. We're getting down to the last few streams, and I wanted to go ahead and get started on this. So we're going to go ahead and start up some Eternal Darkness. Y'all enjoy. All right, hopefully that's not too loud for you. Nintendo.
You too will come to understand fear as I have.
So Silicon Knights did a really great job with this game, and they were planning a sequel. It unfortunately didn't pan out, and they went bankrupt. So it is very unfortunate, because this is one of my favorite games ever. Oh, and you guys are in for a treat. I actually have a high definition texture pack going on with this, so that's nice, right? This game is also kind of prone to crashifying. So we might have to restart a couple times, but for the most part, I think we'll get through this okay. Welcome back, everyone. Let's enjoy some Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. Originally for the GameCube, still available on nothing. So once again, this is my call to support your local emulator.
Flesh, bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is where it all began so long ago. Before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line, and the last hope for humanity.
I gotta remember which buttons do what. Oh my god, get away from me!
Remember me, Alex?
So you notice the time and the symbol on the clock.
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LaGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
Ah, Miss Roivas. I'm pleased to meet you. I trust you had a pleasant trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course, this way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see. Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. None of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here. I have never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for the body, and what's left doesn't say much. Ugh, we don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I'm not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
Yeah. It's like that. Shocked by her grandfather's mysterious death and frustrated at the incompetence of the local police, isn't that the way it always goes? Alex vows to uncover the truth. She decides to search the mansion, the place where Edward conducted his research. If there was a tie to his past and possibly a tie to his murderer, it would be here. So I can creep. And I can run. And most everything you do, most actions are done through the menu. So it's your normal the key comes apart in the lock. The key to the second floor is broken. Perhaps there's a way of repairing it. Alex has picked up the broken second floor key. It's a good psycho mystery game. Alright, so this door's locked. Sword and a weird symbol. Kind of a small eat-in kitchen here. Note there's 2 doors into the room. Kind of a lounge, tea room, music room, what have you. The illustration features a collection of strange lined designs related to each other in a cyclical manner. There appears to be some significance to it, but it isn't particularly evident. Well, it looks like blue moves to red, moves to green, moves to blue, and purple sits in the middle. And then, of course, it correlates to these 4 tablets down here below on the mantelpiece. A beautiful carriage clock. The hands appear to be stuck, yet the clock continues to tick, with the time permanently set to 3:33. There's a key in the back of the clock, presumably for winding it. Oh man, this game was amazingly good on the GameCube and spooky. Hell yeah. That's what we're here for. Welcome in, Charles. How you doing today? Hope you had a good weekend, man. Should Alex look at the key? Yes. Alex picks up the desk clock. and pulls the key from it. However, there is something odd about the key. It isn't for winding it at all. It looks like a dresser key. Door's locked. All right, let's go back and check around the murder area. Well, here's an observatory. Really not much to do here right now. Just kind of look around and... Ooh, it's a pretty observatory. Doing great. Hope you are too. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, so Surf Pro did a good job cleaning up the floor here. Wait, what's okay? So there's nothing there. Interesting painting. This looming grandfather clock seems to stand ominously in the corner, gazing on this empty room with an almost patriarchal air. Set it to 3:33 like the other clocks. Secret rooms. Oh, what is this glowing book here? A large, leather-bound antique book rests upon the cluttered desk. Let's read it and go insane! So, Charles, how many times have you played through this? And with which relics?
How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish.
Ooh.
To think
my GPU died a few weeks ago, so I had to claim warranty. It
reality.
wasn't really a troublesome process. I
those
was always afraid that I wouldn't be able to claim it. Righto.
My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone.
Well, I'm glad you were able to
was
get it
once a
fixed.
Where is Quies Candamest? Where is Conservondine? Facusatis aquae sumat, et animus eorum conferma. Pupna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum conficiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance. Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong and patient.
So the Latin there was very well done. Funny though, everyone always likes to do a British accent kind of thing when it comes to Latin, but the truth is, it more than likely, based on the, we'll call it the traveling of accents throughout history, it probably sounded more like a really southern drawl, like a US southern drawl. So instead of, you know, Quies hodie, it was more like Quies hodie. Not much to do here. Let's see what we got downstairs. A ladder leads into the dank heart of the labyrinth. Danger lurks beneath, yet pious, courageous resolve does not buckle. Got an RMA from the manufacturer, sent it back on Friday, and it looks like it all checks out. They're shipping a replacement tomorrow. Excellent. What are they sending? I know it's a GPU, but like what model? It's good they're taking care of it. I know a lot of times that, you know, they don't. They'd be like, oh no, it doesn't look right. It looks like you fucked it up or something like that. Oh shit, there's more. Never finished it. Aww. I gotta say, the game does, after so many chapters, it does start to get a little repetitive. It's still fun. Like, the final battle is actually fucking banging. 30-50? Hell yeah. So the key factor in this game is that it's not so much about actual fear for the player as it is perceived fear for the character. And all the characters in this game have a sanity meter. That as it drains more, the game gets really wonky. Oh. We'll let him take his swipe. A strange granite block rests on the platform. All right, so we got a red one and a green one. I haven't used an NVIDIA card in quite some time. I switched over to Radeon, and I've been using Radeon for my last couple builds. I just found the price tag is better. Like, it has nothing to do with performance. It just seems like AMD is really doing better for performance to price right now. So I got a great story about this game, and it's not so much about this game. It's actually about what this game has honestly done for me in my life. Yeah. Funny that this would be the game, right? So you're not too PC savvy, just go over what's in the budget for it. Oh, hell yeah, I get you. It's all about budget, man. Like, you gotta build what you can build, but you gotta build something, you know, that is gonna, like, be a good machine for what you want to do with it. So when I lost my job 3 years ago, it was like 3.5 years ago, actually. It was during the COVID thing, and I ended up on unemployment for 6 months. And while I was on unemployment, I had just started streaming, just kind of dipping my toes into the Twitch pool, into the shallow end of the Twitch kiddie pool, if you will. Just a couple streams here and there, nothing big, just kind of having a good time. And then, since I didn't have a job and I was on unemployment, and my unemployment was actually was more than I made while I was working, because it was about matching what I was making in my paycheck, plus it had an extra, like, COVID benefit. So I said, you know what, let's see if I can take this time that I have, and I'm gonna see if I can make this Twitch thing work for me. So I started going hard, full time. And Lyle was working. So we were doing okay. And it started working out really well. Like, it was an up and up thing. The community was growing. We were doing a great job. And I thought it was going really well. What I didn't know behind the scenes is that she was really starting to resent me for the time I was putting into it. Because, you know, perception is everything. And for all intents and purposes, it looked like I was, you know, basically ignoring them to play video games. And in my mind, I'm sitting here going, I'm trying to build a business. I want to do well by my family and make this work out and do a good job. And, you know, this could be something that I could maybe not have to go back to work after a while, and maybe this could be a thing. Now, granted, that's, you know, high hopes and a pipe dream for most people when it comes to this, because really, if you want to make anything of this, there's a lot of work you have to put into it, but there's also some luck in it. Just finding the right niche, and you know, finding it at the time that it's popular and you can build the right crew, you know. Things that nobody really thinks about when they're first getting started and don't really know what they're doing. So, you know, I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this and everything. Well, October comes around, and Lyle has recently broken her foot and is out of work, and my unemployment has run its course. And so we really don't have much coming in other than a little bit from Twitch every few weeks. And she has fucking had it with me. As I said, her perception that I am just don't give a damn about the family. So in October that year, I was playing Eternal Darkness for October. Well, that was the last straw. And we ended up separating for about 6 months. But this was the game that I was playing when all of that went down, and what it led to was both me and Lyle getting therapy and working on ourselves to improve ourselves as individuals. And then when we got back together and started working on ourselves with each other, we have been so much better ever since. An effigy resembling a warped angel shaped from dark green emerald hovers effortlessly above the pedestal. But I find it fun to talk about that right now, because here we are. I have started streaming again. I've come back to streaming. The community is building up pretty quickly, and we're doing a great job here, having a great time. And here we are at the end of October playing Eternal Darkness again. So there were 3
Eons have passed since then, and I have learned much. I was once as naive as a child, but now my mind is sharp. With the power of Xelatoth, I can now read the thoughts of others and make them raving mad with a mere suggestion. Face me, and you shall surely perish.
So the 3 relics sitting there, one was red, one was blue, one was green, that you remember the cyclical chart. So that cyclical chart, basically, these are the 3 evil elder gods, basically, that I could end up facing at the end of the game. Well, red is the life god, blue is the magic god, green is the sanity god. So for this playthrough, I decided that we are going to go after the sanity god. Strangely, with the Tome of Eternal Darkness in her possession, Alex can read the page. It is a chapter page from the tome itself. Alex has found a chapter page entitled The Binding of the Corpse God. And the Corpse God, you are about to find out, is that 4th purple one in the middle. So what we're going to do... Oh, shit. Fuckity fuck.
I cannot say
fucker,
what was the true beginning.
Balls. It's okay.
Nor am I sure
Once we
of
get
its
past this little
So perhaps
thing right
is the
here, I'll
best
be able to
place
save it.
start. I am reminded of ideas I first encountered in Sir James George Fraser's book, the Golden Bough, a study in magic and religion. We are overwhelmed by a very human need to weave a web of meaning where there may be none. Since time immemorial, ancient peoples have dressed up their lack of
Really
knowledge
started watching
as
Twitch
gods
because a
and
friend told
demons.
me about some guys
I have
speedrunning one of
discovered
my
that
favorite games.
sometimes
Fair
the
enough.
fates of gods and mortals
I actually got
intertwine,
into it while I was
and legends are born.
at the job that I had gotten fired from. I was working in the warehouse, and I was basically the only person back there.
Ancient. Forever in shadow will you be master of chaos, and to fade to nothing in obscurity.
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
thy
Twitch
fate.
really saw a boom during the
The
pandemic.
Master has planned many
Bunch of new
millennia
people
of
streaming
this day.
since they now had
It
time
is
and a
the
lot of
true
viewers. Yep.
chaos of all things
Came the top
that
platform
you
for
now
streaming.
must
Yes, it
be
did.
entombed amongst the
beings of flesh and bone. You have a great monument here, Mantarok. It is a
So that's
pity
Mantarok. He's the big
that
purple
no
guy.
one would ever recognize it as yours. May the darkness claim thee, crawling chaos and damned beast. No longer will thy reign be kept over the ancients you have kept in prison.
Before 2020 was just a platform for streaming games. Yeah, and then it branched out into a lot of stuff, and I will say some of it is not my particular taste. Not something that I would... Not something that I feel is particularly relevant. I feel like... there are multiple platforms for streaming, and some of them are very genre specific. And those particular genres should probably
Must be something to do
stick
around
to
here.
those platforms. But
I only wish
that's not
something
my
that
call.
Fantastic and of higher purpose could happen to me.
Well, it's the name of the game, you know. If those genres exist, it's because people will watch. Yep, that's true. That is true. I'm not gonna lie, I am very much a the positive thing to say is that there's always an audience for everything. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. You're right. There are certain things that have made there are certain things that have made their way onto Twitch that it makes me kind of sad for certain people. I am a big supporter of how do I word this properly? I would call myself a true feminist. Women are amazing. They're awesome. They're fantastic. They are already so far above men that I don't know what they're complaining about. And there are just some things that I think that there are certain people that are in that corner who are destroying the arguments that they're trying to stand on, and it's sad. A triangular design is carved into the floor. The etched grooves are filled with colored sand. These symbols appear to be related to each other, with one having precedence over another. A statue of a goddess, delicately sculpted from sandstone. It casts an alert eye over everyone who enters the temple. There is a strange necklace about its neck. Stealing relics from a temple, you're going to hell. The necklace can be used to heal Elia. Make sure that Elia does not move when the spell is being cast. I think as a platform, Twitch devs and owners are trying to make it relevant, as with trends. It is questionable why they give more attention to some questionable trends. I don't think anybody's going to argue that you're there. Like anyone, well, of course there are people who are going to argue and say, I mean, then again, there are the people out there who, you know, look at, you know, the old argument was that Playboy magazine was a sophisticated and well-written, you know, contemporary reading source, news source. And it's like, sure it is. Of course it is. Whatever you say it is. And, you know, with technology and you know, the new waves of types of media that we have, the basis of it hasn't changed, and the arguments haven't changed. It's just the medium used has changed. Social media content and influencers have been made now into a very chunky business. It is a very lucrative business, and people will skirt as many lines as they can to make sure that, what's the word I'm looking for here, to make sure that they can profit while remaining within their stated mission. Now, are they going outside that stated mission? Of course they are, but you find the loopholes and the places where you can stretch that definition to fit that new niche market. The design on the wall appears to depict a time of the day. Perhaps the candles do too. Before it was more about just logging in, hanging out with friends, and streaming games. Yes, and you can't do that anymore. Well, I mean, you absolutely can, but that's if your goal is growth and like influence. No, that's not enough anymore. Now even creators have to look for ways to be entertaining, providing a platform for any goal they have and prove to everyone that they can sustain a business. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't have time for that crap anymore. I did it once before, and it really ended up not being great. And what I've found is that if you have the time, if you don't have you know, I have a relatively large family to take care of. The only reason I'm able to do this right now is because I put him down for a nap like 10 minutes prior to starting, and he goes right to sleep, and he sleeps for about 2 to 2.5 hours. And I started earlier today, so I'm gonna have to end before the boys get home. But the older boys get home, but normally they would get home right as he's waking up, and they can hit him with the diaper and the bottle, and everything's good. Today, I'm gonna have to stop so that I can go do that. When located by creatures, a sanity loss occurs, causing a decrease in the level of the sanity meter and the character to pulse green. Beware, sanity loss affects perception and eventually health. This meter represents character's sanity. Every time he or she meets a monster, his or her sanity will get lower. The lower the sanity meter gets, the more the character will hallucinate. Oh, what fun. Performing a finishing move on a creature recovers sanity. So these guys are fun. If you leave them alone long enough, their limbs and shit grow back. Kind of sucks. A bronze necklace sits atop an ancient clay urn. I got shit. I found it. Okay, so 2 candles lit. This one looks like a midday. So we're gonna extinguish that one. The door, it opens. All right, here we go. Heading back out. Let's make sure we don't step on any of these pressure plates. Pressure plates! They're good to make them very easy to see. Also, the demographic that look at those other streams we mentioned, they're never going to jump into gaming ones, or not at least in a meaningful way. They found their creators and they stick to, and that's, I see, I want to expound on that point. That's why I've met a lot of people who have said, oh, you know, it's taking away from blah, 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 blah. The hell it is. Because the people who are watching Twitch are here for mostly a specific market. You're not gonna see them jump. You're not gonna see them jump genres very often. Gaming ones aren't really affected by the surge of viewers. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not, because most of the viewers who are here for that content weren't watching gaming streams to begin with, and aren't going to be watching that. And the people who are here to see, you know, my dumb ass fail at video games, I know they're not, at least I hope they're not into that kind of thing. It's just the issue of Twitch really pushing those categories while leaving others without support. I can see where that might be a little bit of a hot ticket issue. I can see where there might be some people who get a little upset about that, and that one's more understandable, I think, in a way. But Twitch is gonna push what makes Twitch the most money, and that changes on a pretty regular basis. So while one category may get pushed a lot at one point, there's another point at which it won't get pushed. Lately, I've tried to talk about this a couple times, and it's usually right at the end of my stream, so it doesn't get a lot of talk time, but there's a new category, and it's DJs. Twitch DJs are now a thing. Which apparently they have been for a while, but it hasn't been its own category. Like, how do people feel about that? Like, is it a big thing? Like, I don't watch them. Like, I don't know why why would I sit here? I'm not knocking the category. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense for me, because I wouldn't sit here in my chair and watch someone spin on Twitch like I'm at a nightclub. Like, because that's what they're doing. They're either, you know, hosting a nightclub, or they're practicing to host a nightclub, or if they're just doing it in their living room and want to stream it, that's great. But I'm not gonna be here to listen to that just sitting in my chair. Like, I can turn on music, I can turn on Spotify or something like that while I do that. Like, wait a minute, which way? Piss. Okay, so I came in, I went, I need to go out to the left. So if I came in this door, that would be left. If I came in this door, that would be right. So I need to go this way. I think DJ category is a bit of a late reaction. Even the mobile changes are a late change. There was a time when DJ podcasts and live shows had a boom, and Twitch is just doing that recently. So you think they got in late on the bubble? I gotcha. A small pedestal covered with decorative etchings stands before the wall. The blowgun upon it must have some special significance for it to be the focal point of this display. Should Elliot take the blowgun? Got it. All right, so what's about to happen? We have to move quickly, so give me just a second here. I need to focus on this, and I'll get right back to chat.
Secret passage in the temple.
All right, so the reason I needed to take a minute to do that and get that right is because if those two zombies had killed the priest over in the corner, he would not have been able to repair this sword. And if they poison him enough, he will actually die of the poison even after I kill them. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't end up losing this guy. The guard is grateful for Elias saving his life. In return, he offers to repair Elias' broken weapon as a gesture of thanks. Do you want to repair Elias' short sword? Yes. There are really talented people that compose and perform, but they were sort of a forgotten category. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think I feel like they've created a category for people that I'm sure there's a niche market out there. I'm sure that there's a lot of views. I know that there are a lot of people, all they do is DJ and they're partners. So clearly they have enough following that they were able to hit the mark. And good for them. And I have heard a lot of good music. It just seems that there's so many options for listening to music. It doesn't seem like it's it does seem an odd move, like you said, for Twitch to start pushing it as a big category. It doesn't seem like one of the big money makers, I guess is what is where I am with that. Like, you know, just chatting is a huge catch-all, but it's a very watched category. Obviously, speed running is a niche market, but it's also very, oh shit. Just get through it. Just get through it. Just get through it. Okay, so I can't avoid this one. Oh crap. Ah! Just run! Alright, so these guys do the thing. Alright, I'm gonna let them kill each other. I'm just gonna... Oh, that was not how that was supposed to go. Yeah, run, bitch! So I know this looks real easy right now, but these guys get much harder later on, and there's a couple enemies in here that are just brutal. Like the difficulty curve from what I'm doing now to what I'm going to be doing in not the next chapter, but the chapter after that, fucking brutal. Thank you for the first try. Yep. Not difficult, just something you have to pay attention to make sure that that guard doesn't get poisoned. Because if he does, it will ruin your fucking run.
Don't go near it.
So, you are reduced to feeding on flesh and bone, Mantarok. How the mighty have fallen. You will surely fester for millennia to come. A slow and torturous fate for thee. You had best leave, young fool, or you will find yourself as food for the dead god.
You are one of the chosen many, flesh and blood. It is now your destiny to fight the eternal darkness. I give you a gift in return for an obligation. The gift is your life, sweet dancer. The obligation is this. You hold one of Mantarok's hearts, the essence of a corpse god, To some, it is a source of great power. From those people, you must defend it, lest they use it to destroy what little brightness your world has left in it. Guard it well.
So any of y'all like big HP Lovecraft fans? Because this game is just spiritually on par. Like everything about this game was influenced and inspired by the writings of HP Lovecraft. A metal staff is held by the arms of the statue. I love these like early 2000s games, like late 1990s, early 2000s, like adventure RPGs. Like they really, they have a great spirit of the old pen and paper type RPGs. Okay, sorry, I ran too much. I get it. So you have stamina in this game, but you don't really have like you don't have any way to know that you've run through it until you have. You just kind of gotta guess. And the reason I chose the sanity god, which is Zelatath, is because what it does is it makes most of the enemies in the game align to green. Yeet, just woke up. White Thunder 696. Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? It goes well. It goes well. How goes it? It goes well. How are you doing? And the reason I want to align to sanity is because most of the spells and runes that I'm going to get throughout the game are better aligned to magic and life, especially life, which is the counter to sanity. Essentially, it makes a playthrough a little bit faster, a little bit easier to get through than aligning to life or magic. Magic being the one that is pretty fucked up. Because in a game where you are required to cast spells and use magical artifacts, if you have no mana because it's constantly getting sucked away, this game gets annoyingly difficult. I don't want to look at the mural. I want to kill the guy. Come on. You see, my health or my sanity did not actually fill all the way back up. Because those guys actually take more sanity than they give back when you kill them. There's a hole in the device, as though something can be inserted. Giggity. Perhaps a key or a lever. Stick the big pole in the little hole. Yeah. Groggy but Gucci. It's a good way of putting it, I suppose. We're going to do a quick save here. I just want to make sure that it... Oh, shit. Okay. Well, how about back here? Okay, I can save in this room. Ooh, previous run. We're going to save right over it. We're just gonna do this. I don't... Zero fucks given. Did you notice that the temple guards' hats have the same design as the furnaces that are around the that are just like scattered throughout the temple? It's kind of cool. I love Mantarok. Mantarok is so cool. Like, this dude's just chilling out in the basement of a Cambodian temple for eternity. Just like, hey, I'm down here. Very happily just feeding on the energies of the universe, not really bothering anyone.
You should have run. Instead, you will die. Where is the essence of Mantarok? Where is it?
Oh, come on. We all know the answer to that question.
Again, child. Very well, then. You will succumb to the horrors of oblivion.
Charles knows the answer to that question. No one should ever have to ask, where is the thing? An ancient Roman weapon, a gladius, is on display above the fireplace mantle. Another token of eclectic junk. Well, if it's such junk, why do I need it? So, funny thing about the term gladius, and by proxy, the term gladiator. Gladius is the type of sword, but it is also the Latin word for sword and also for penis. So following the trail down that, gladiators were just dicks. Dick fighters. Pingu. A small shrine of candles. Their placement appears to be very deliberate, corresponding to the etchings on the table and an illustration upon the wall. Some of the candles have been lit. All right, so the painting looks like, I'm assuming that's like sunset. So we're going to extinguish the middle, extinguish the right, and hey, a tube. Yep, we're gonna punch the wall. With the correct sequence of candles being lit, a hidden panel opens. There's a message tube inside. Alex found a message tube. Cool. All right, let's see. We have a sword and a message tube. I wonder if there is anything fun we can do with this sword. There really isn't right now. In the warm glow of candlelight, the Roivas family tree hangs from the wall. Shadows flitter across its surface, obscuring the details. If one looks closely, the family's secrets are revealed. So take a good look at the name Roivas. Roivas. And it is, in fact, a palindrome. Because if you reverse it, it is Savior. A very deliberate choosing of names by the developers. Because it is, in fact, many generations of the Roivas family who are the protagonists of this game, and who will eventually, well, I mean, it's not like I'm spoiling anything. When you beat the game as a Roivas, and most of the characters throughout the game are connected to the Roivas family in some way. It's, you know, you win the game as a Roivas, you're the savior. I mean, duh. Like, no game ends on a bad note. Well, that's not true. I have actually played a couple games that ended really badly. An antique leather-bound message tube, the kind used to transport sealed message scrolls. Ooh. It appears to be unopened. There might be something inside. Alex found a chapter page entitled Suspicions of Conspiracy. Ooh. Yummy wummy palindrome.
Your presence is welcome, Majesty.
I like it.
As always, I am honored.
Our dealings are a pleasure to us both, then. He lies. As do we all. What is this flaw you wish to discuss with us?
My concern is with the other ancients. Ulioth, Shaturga. Should they unite with Mantarok, they will doubtlessly possess enough power to vanquish even thee.
As darkness abhors light, and light abhors dark, the others will not, cannot join forces. Mantarok will be bound, and the others will sink into insanity when I return. As has been foretold.
I was unaware.
There is much you do not know. And much you never will. Be certain to retrieve Mantarok's essence. It is necessary to cement our place in your world.
Then what of Charlemagne the Frank? What do you intend for him?
The Frank is an instrument of light. He seeks to unite Europe under his banner.
With this in place, my guardians will be hard-pressed to perform the functions you require.
For your own schemes, Pius. Think of your future.
Then Charlemagne will be removed from the picture.
Make sure he is dead. Or insane. Or perhaps one, then the other. Just make sure he is removed from power.
Of course. He is as good as dead.
Well, they don't beat around the bush as to their intent. Alright, so I got a dresser key I can't use. I now have a sword that doesn't do anything. And we've got another chapter page. So, let's go.
From my research, it is apparent that the endeavors of mankind are mere puppetry at the hands of the ancients. Whenever a king vows reform, the ancients move quickly to stifle it. Under the auspices of Emperor Charlemagne the Frank, the new Holy Roman Empire was at the height of its power.
Hanc mit ad dominum et imperatorum nostrum, Carolum magnum Francum.
Deliver
non
this to our
decet-
Lord and Emperor Charlemagne the Frank. No one but him must see it. They are words for his eyes only. At once.
You are a shit messenger.
What sorcery is this? A spell? I am bewitched. If this was meant for Charlemagne, then what will become of him? I have to warn him of this treachery.
I don't really need to talk to him. Let's just go ahead and get this started. A funeral casket made from unfinished wood. It is not properly sealed and could probably be opened.
Oh my god, what is it? What happened? This devil's work. We should get out of here.
You have proven what we have feared the most. This poor man has been the victim of great evil. Look how his body has been defiled, as if something has burst out from inside him. Here, take this for your protection. And find the bishop.
Yeah, you guys didn't know that this was
this horrible discovery.
This was part of the alien chronology, did you? A Scramasax. I've never heard it pronounced any other way, but Scramasax just doesn't sound right. If anyone knows any better, tell me it's pronounced differently, because Scramasax just doesn't even sound very terrifying. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't sound like a weapon. Oh god, what's happening? Though, to be fair, there's a lot of weapons that don't really sound like weapons. Cradled in what appears to be a leathery hand lies a mysterious book. It is bound in human skin and intricately decorated with shrunken bones. It beckons and yearns to be possessed. So Anthony now has the memories and previous abilities discovered by other holders of the book. A blue urn rests upon the shelf. A mysterious gold medallion rests upon the desk. Circles of power describe the amount of power that a spell will have. The more points within that circle, the stronger the spell will be. Spells are magical incantations that enhance a character's natural abilities. The spell list is an inventory of all the spell information that has been acquired. New spells, runes, quick spells, blah, 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 blah. So I don't have any spells yet, but I have the first magical item that I will need to cast them. A bewildering array of books. Excuse me. That thing. Array of books and tomes sorted neatly on a set of shelves. Mostly books of a religious nature. They sit beneath a skein of dust and as if no one has touched them. Amongst the tomes and manuscripts, a book brings attention to itself. Oddly pristine on the dusty shelf, it doesn't quite belong. Oh my goodness. Already with the secret shit going on. Okay, we got another one of these moments where I kind of need to work quickly. So let me take a minute here and Anthony has found a magical rune. Runes are the key element in creating spells. By collecting and combining runes in different ways, different spells can be created. I really love rune lore. Like, when it comes to magic and, like, magic history and stuff like that, runes are my favorite type of magic and spell making. I think it has the most interesting and most relatable lore. Like, a lot of you know, a lot of literature has all kinds of different spell crafting kinds of things going on. Here, this is another one of the... I gotta do this fast. Don't touch me. Alright, so yeah, that's another one. I can't let that guy die. The area is dark and it is difficult to make out any detail. Perhaps if Anthony had a light source. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. We had a crash. All right. I hope we saved relatively recently. This is what I was talking about with this game is not the most stable.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. You know, I knew that room is always trouble. I should have saved it right before we went in there. That's okay. Where were we? When was our last save? Oh, at the end of Elia. Okay. We're actually not too far off. It'll be all right. Yes. Let's see. I had already put the... Oh, crushed my head. I knew that Anthony's story had some glitchy spots and I should have saved it. So that is entirely my fault. My bad. Sorry, we gotta go through this again.
Fool! You should have run.
Yep, should have run.
Instead you will die.
Yep, gonna die.
Where is the essence of Mantarok? Where is it? I will not ask again, child. Very well, then. You will succumb to the horrors of oblivion.
You guys don't want to see that arrow, or do you? Arrow. Okay. Come on, Alex. God, why do you look so stupid? She's just sitting there like... We all make oopsies, thank you. Because that's why I'm here. I'm here for y'all's validation. Okay, let's open up the tube. Yeah. All right, we got a chapter page. Blah, 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 blah.
Your presence is
Blah,
welcome,
blah, 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 blah.
As always, I am honored.
Our dealings are a pleasure to us both, then. He lies. As do we all. What is this flaw you wish to discuss with us?
I can't.
My concern is with the other ancients. Ulyaoth, Shaturka. Should they unite with
Literally
Mantrok,
cannot
they would
skip the
doubtlessly
movies.
possess enough power to
It's like
vanquish
fucking
even
Zelda
the
all over again. At least in Zelda you can speed it up.
Others will not, cannot join forces. Mantrok will be bound, and the others will sink into insanity.
Insanity.
As has been foretold.
I was unaware.
There is much you do not know.
Much you never will.
Be certain to retrieve Mantrok's essence. It is necessary to cement our place in your world.
Then what of Charlemagne the Frank? What do you intend for him?
The Frank is an instrument of light. He seeks to unite Europe under his banner.
With this in place, my guardians will be hard-pressed to perform the functions you require.
For your own schemes, Pius. Think of your future.
Then
Think of your
Charlemagne
future.
will be removed from the picture.
If anybody recognizes the voice of Zelatoth, or no, it's not Zelatoth. It's
Of course.
Alex's voice. Alex's voice actor is actually the same voice actor for Bastila Shan in Knights of the Old Republic.
From my research, it is apparent that the endeavors of mankind are mere puppetry at the hands of the ancients. Whenever a king vows reform,
If you guys give me just a couple seconds, I'm going to run to the bathroom while we
under the auspices
listen to this
of Emperor
again.
Charlemagne the Frank, the new Holy Roman Empire was at the height of its power.
Hello, puppies. Hello.
Hanc mit ad dominum et imperatorum nostrum, carolum magnum francum.
Deliver this to our Lord and Emperor Charlemagne the Frank. No one but him must see it. They are words for his eyes only. At once.
What sorcery is this? A spell? I am bewitched. If this was meant for Charlemagne, then what will become of him? I have to warn him of this treachery.
Boy, do I have good timing or what? All right, before we go any further, all right, there we go.
Oh my god, what is it?
Oh my god, what is it? Ah!
You have proven what we have feared the most.
Yep.
This poor man has been the victim of great
No
evil.
shit.
Look how his body has been defiled. As if something has
Yep, I saw it.
burst
Don't
out
have to
from
look again.
inside him. Here, take this for your protection. And find the bishop. He must be informed of this horrible discovery.
All right. Here we go. We gotta run back up. Do. Okay. Grab the tome. There's something to be said about a game where you actually walk on the souls of the dead. Blah, 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 blah. So every time, every chapter of this game, that cutscene gets longer because you keep getting the memories of more people. Okay. We got a blue urn. We got a circle. All right. Pull the book. And down we go. All right. Kill this dude. Would probably be helpful if I have something to kill him with. There we go. All the friends. All right, before we go into that. Oh, shit, it did it again. Motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what? Oh, that sucks. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to call it on this today. I am going to run it past that point little by little until I get past it off stream, and then next time I'll pick up after that glitch. Because if it's just going to keep doing it, it's going to do it probably 4 or 5 times, and I just don't want to keep restarting. So I'm just going to call it on that for now. I hate to do that because this is a really fun game, and it's the game I really want to do for the next couple days while we're finishing up Spooktober. But there, like I said, there are a couple points I know in this game when you try and do it on emulation that it can mess up, and that's one of them. And I forgot about that spot, and I should have gotten through it. And what I'm going to do is get through it off stream so that we won't have to deal with it, because the next one isn't for like 3 or 4 chapters. Let's see, what do we got going on? We're right about 2 hours, so he's going to be waking up soon. I think this is probably a good place to call it for the day. So let's find somebody to go say hi to. Da, 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 da. Who's doing what? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's go say hi to Rudy. I've been hanging out in Rudy's stream a lot lately. He's been playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Like, this guy loves a challenge. He's very fun, very laid back kind of guy. Another jolly beardo just like me. So we're going to go over, we're going to say hi to my buddy Rudy. I want you guys to give him all the love that you give me in here. And of course, when we get over there, be sure you send the raid message in chat. 50. He is playing Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusions today. I really love the bright and retro feel of his gaming experiences. So let's go over and have a good time. I'm probably gonna raid and run, unfortunately, because I think the kid is awake. But I hope y'all will hang around and enjoy as we go say hi to Rudy. Give him all the love that you give me. Thanks for coming in today. I've had a great time chatting with y'all. This was a good start. Good luck with kiddo. Nah, he's fine. It's just, it's diaper time and he's going to need to eat because, when he wakes up, he's hungry. So it's all good. It's dad stuff. And I like being a stay-at-home dad. It's fun. But we will be back on Wednesday. Yes, indeed. We'll be back Wednesday, 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, y'all stay frosty and happy invading, aliens.